Oh,
Oh, yes. This is Mary Poppins. That's her.
yes.
There you go.
Okay. Hello, Dyonne. Dyonne is a healer from Holland.
Hi, and this is Miriam, and Miriam is a philosopher from Sweden, and my dear friend.
Yes, we wanted to continue talking about personal development, and I suddenly felt that I wanted to talk about energy, and this word energy for a start.
But we had a giggly session in between, so that's energy, by the way.
That is energy. That is
Yeah.
energy. That's very good that you bring that up like that, because now it's like, this word energy, I find myself using it quite a lot because it means a lot to me that's very relevant in my life at the moment, and I will explain what I mean shortly. But at the same time, it sounds, I wish there was another word that didn't have these fluffy connotations. But I'll tell you what I mean by energy for a start then. So I have been, I'm working on fine tuning my senses for picking up kind of global energy, or maybe not global, but
Global
energy.
awareness?
No,
Awareness?
hang on, but like the energy of stuff going on. So one example is if I'm out biking, I need to go somewhere, and then something happens that I nearly miss a little stone or something, and then almost unfailably something else happens as well. So it's like crazy traffic day, that everybody has the same kind of traffic day. And I even had a time when I used to text my boyfriend and say, watch out, it's crazy traffic day, if I had left for work earlier. So that's one type of energy. And then another, that's what I mean by energy, one example. And another example is if I have slept really badly, or I had a very strange dream, and I tell someone, it almost unfailably again turns out that that person also had just slept very strange, or had a strange dream that night. So in that way, that's why I like, since I discovered this a few years ago, I always say so. If something particular has happened, I always sort of tell someone and see whether someone else picks it up as well, because then I can see whether it's sort of, it comes from something that I need to work on, or if it's something that has to do with energy. And this is how I use that word energy. So what I was thinking about the other day is that suddenly in all my communication channels on Telegram and WhatsApp, it all went quiet. It all went quiet in all of the channels at the same time. And I also didn't feel like communicating. I didn't feel like communicating. I was busy doing other things. I was writing material for a course that I'm going to co-host. And I was writing this material. I was really into this. I was really sort of project minded, and I was working on this. I had quite a good time, but I didn't communicate. And then suddenly I got a message saying, what happened? And I looked, and the last message was just sort of one day earlier. It was really no time. But then I felt, aha, this is an energy thing as well. This is an energy thing because it feels like it has been quiet for a very long time, but it really hasn't. And then the interesting part of this, I sort of jump into considering, what does this mean? What is this? The silence means something. And then soon I was quite confident that we will all soon start talking again, roughly at the same time, and that also happened. So
Can I jump in there? Because
yeah,
there's a lot
please do.
coming up
I
for
didn't
me.
know where I was going anymore, but okay.
No, but I feel you. And I feel, yeah, we're giggly. Yeah, that's energy. And that's a release and a good thing.
Yeah.
What comes up to start with the latter, what you say about the sensing or feeling if somebody slept bad as well, that could also be a telepathy thing, energy.
Uh-huh.
And especially when you're kind of close to someone, that you take on what the other person can be thinking about or feeling or going through, because
Yeah,
it's kind of in their aura and you tap into it. Is
but
that also what happens to you?
yeah, it's not like that. It's like when I've told the teacher in preschool, like when I'm leaving my child,
Hmm.
and I'm like, oh, did you sleep really badly? I did. And they're like, I
Ah,
did. Did you too? Yeah.
that's a different thing. I have to look at that. I'm not sure. Nothing comes up for me right now. But the thing what you say with that the whole world is having a bad traffic day, for instance. Um,
The whole world, or like the city, or I don't know about the
Gothenburg, Gothenburg. No, but I think a better example is so that also people listening to this can relate to. With COVID, obviously, it's a huge topic and it's very dense. There's a lot of emotions, understandably, and they go from left to right all over the place. But a lot stirs up fear, and fear, the emotion, is also an energy. It is a vibration. And if you feel that there's fear in the air, or, like in a city, people would be scared, for instance, to get the disease. That's a simple example. People would be scared. Um, and then you would sense that in the air, because then people tend to be more hypervigilant. There are certain symptoms that would uh, make you, how do you say, that make it apparent that people are fearful. And the more in the group have a certain feeling, the more you sense it as well. And a completely other example of this, if you go to a concert, we all have experiences going to a concert or a festival, then it might be that 50,000 people are there one evening or one day for just exactly the same thing. And that is to have fun and enjoy an artist exploring their talent and giving it to us. And then you get this joyous feeling and this happiness. And that's also contagious, and it's an energy. And then one reinforces the other one. Does that make any sense for you? Because
Yes, yeah, it does make sense. And now, since after listening to you talking, I think I sort of I knew what I wanted to get at from this, because
okay.
yeah, it's because one part is it's contagious when it's when we're all when it's sort of everyone together. And so parallel to this, we have two questions, and one is, can I affect someone else's energy? And as a parent and as someone who has enjoyed watching The Dog Whisperer with Cesar Milan a lot on TV, totally you can.
Yes.
But you can't affect, not one person can't affect the entire arena. Like if one person is angry and sad at this concert arena, that doesn't affect the whole. And also that I almost drive over a stone on my bike, that is not the cause of everyone having a crazy traffic day. So there is so there is a sense in which we can affect and control, not guide and steer this energy from ourselves in a kind of way that moods are infectious. And you can, if we're in a happy mood, if you can really everybody knows that you can be in a room and then somebody walks in and then something happens in the room, because this person has very strong energy in some way. So that is one way. And the other is there's some kind of, this energy is kind of like we're at sea and a current comes, like the Gulf Stream comes with and carries certain nutrients or a different type of fish. And if you're a sensitive person, it's almost like you can sort of, when these energies come, like the silence energy, or which was probably also the project orientation energy, you know. That's so you can, if you're a sensitive person, you can kind of like, oh, I can like taste or smell the difference now in this current that we are in, and then
Can I
suddenly
jump in
everybody,
there again?
yes,
Can I jump in there?
yeah,
Because what you say, that is exactly it. If you when you talked about impacting someone, um, two things. First of all, with the concert, the example, people that go to that concert or that festival or event, they go with the intention. They take their intention with them. I want to have a good time. They can be in a bad mood, but that's, or feel angry, but still there's this huge intention. First, there's this intention, the boost of energy when you bought the ticket, and then there's an extra intention when you go there, like, I want to have a good time. Okay, you might feel crappy. It might be subconsciously that you make that decision, and then in the arena you would get lifted up, and that can happen because there are 50,000 people that want to have a good time. And if the artist is delivering, is having their intention set on delivering that good time, then yeah, you know, that's mass joy in the making. So that's happiness in action, and that's all energy. And you say it with the children and the parents. When a children is born, the aura of the parent and the children, they're very mixed. They're very permeable. You know, the child is an extension of the parent in the beginning, and it needs their parents to survive. And it will, I mean, it has their own aura, but it cannot sustain as an individual. Not really. I mean, okay, maybe just physiologically, but that's not what I'm referring to. I mean, for emotions and everything, it would need mirroring in order to develop. And it can only function in this world as an individual with their own energy, with their own aura, with their personal chakras, when it's fully developed. So at a certain age, after a certain age.
35.
And then
35.
yeah, 40, still living in the basement with your mom. Well, then you have another problem going on. If you were to impact other people, usually when you're in good health, mental health and emotional health and spiritual health, there would be a you and the I. So people could impact you, but you would not take on the energy per se. That would only happen either a person being in trauma, or being too intimate and already very symbiotic, for instance. So having the impact, maybe even without experiencing it, or being swept away. I don't mean swept away like for the moment, like with the music, when you allow yourself to get swept away, but getting swept away by someone's anger or something, and not being able to discern and to separate from the other one's energy, individual energy, then you would have a problem. So that came up when you you shared your examples, but yeah, that's yeah.
Yes. When you were talking, I was thinking about this beautiful word discernment, and
Yeah, it's beautiful.
no, just knowing what is what, who, where do I end and where do you begin,
Yeah.
and which energy is mine, and or energy is mine, maybe no.
Yeah, and where do we touch? What you say with the current in the ocean. I mean, you even would feel the water, and on the other hand, it's liquid, and you move through the water, but you still feel the water on your skin, and you know that the water is not entering your body.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, biology wise, but I mean, like, you know, there's you, and you are in the water, and the ocean is not inside of you. You know that, you feel that.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yeah. It's interesting, huh, with energy.
Yeah, it is. I'm still in my mind. I'm still sort of in this current. I'm imagining a scene from Finding Nemo at the moment. So the current is coming in, and the sensitive individuals are first to notice, aha, there's another current coming, or something, and then, but everybody will somehow be in this current. You know, if you are there,
yes.
you will be in this current, and you can either know it or not know it. So the discernment again is comes in as this. Then discernment comes in and helps you see, aha, I'm annoyed right now, like I was last week. Suddenly I had 2 really angry, annoyed days, and I'm like, gosh, I'm so annoyed. Where does this come from? Where does this come from? This isn't like me, and I hate being like this. And then I was just thinking, okay, it's happened. This has happened before. It's not the first time, and I have spent several years now trying to be have this stream of meta cognition all the time, and meta reflection of my feelings, and you know, to notice when things are different like that. And it went away. Of course, it went away 2 days later. And then accidentally in my Facebook feed, I found this meme with a lot of text, and it said 28th, 29th of January to 2021, full moon in some...
Yeah, in Leo, it's in Leo. It was in Leo.
Yeah, I don't know enough about astrology, but it said something like that, and it said you can be really annoyed, very angry at your family members. Things like that. I'm like, aha, that was it. And then
so it made sense to you all of a sudden.
It made sense, and the reason it made sense was that I had a kind of name of the current that I had been in. That's what and this is how I like to use the word energy when I say things like pick up the energy of a time or a place, or pick up the energy of Facebook, or of, like the other ones, pick up the energy of Telegram or MeWe, and you know how, or YouTube, or any of these other things. It's almost like when you start to think they have an energy, and then you know, I'm trying with this suspension of disbelief function. I'm just checking, could it be that my anger was part of something energetic? Could it be that you know, I'll try this thought for a few weeks or a year or something to see if it has to do with full moons in Leo, you know. Or I will try this idea that there is a specific energy to Telegram.
Yeah, you go in and investigate that for yourself.
Yeah.
And you look at you look at if it does show up or if it doesn't, if you can relate to it, if it resonates to you, for you.
And this is a way of finding out, what do I mean when I talk about energy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Enough food for thought again, for this time. Yeah, I guess.
For me as well. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. We'll end it there for now, I think.
Yes, thank you for this, and let's chew on it until next time and see what comes up for our next episode. Yeah. Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you.
Thank you.